What's up? It's Mr. T Time. We are back at it again. I want to let somebody know that God sees you right where you are. God sees you right where you are. He hasn't forgotten about you. I know you've been praying. I know you've been working. I know you've been waiting. But I want to let you know that God sees you right where you are. God is cooking up something. He's working in the kitchen. He's working behind the scenes. He's putting that thing together. He's baking it in the oven. It is brewing right now. God is working on that thing. Though you can't see it, I want to let you know that he's working on it. He's going to present it at the right time. He may have to give you some humble pie first so that you can lose all of that pride. He may have to build some character within you so that you learn how to manage a little before he bless you with much more. See, God is working on it, guys. Don't you forget, God is working on it. See, I want to let you know that while I was at BMW working on that assembly line, God was working on my blessing. He was working on that blessing. He knew that I wanted that industrial engineering job. See, he knew that I did 3 internships in college, that I tried to market myself for an employer, that I put in the study time in school, that I tried to position myself by going to career fairs and networking with recruiters. I was working. I was waiting. I was praying while I was on that line at BMW because God had already given me a vision that one day I'll be walking into a company with a suitcase in my hand. He gave me that vision. I will be stepping into that company as an industrial engineer with a suitcase in my hand. That's the vision God gave me. And I had to hold on to that vision, but it wasn't easy because yes, I worried a little bit. Lord, did you bring me this far, God? Lord, when is this blessing coming? How long, Lord, is it going to take? Lord, I went to school 4.5 years. I have student debt, God, that I need to pay back. Lord, I need that engineering salary to help me do that. Lord, where are you, God? See, and while I was worrying, God was working. But God doesn't honor my worrying. He honors my faith. God moves on faith. And so what I did was I just humbled myself while on that line. I said, I allow God to use me while I'm on this line. I'll still be a great influence. I'll still love on people. I still will pray with people. I will still serve God while I'm waiting on him. Though the vision tarry, I'll wait on God. So I end up giving it to him and I stopped worrying about it. I just started appreciating where I was. And when I started doing that, God began to open up some doors for me, guys. God saw me exactly where I was. See, the blessings started to come. God began to work on me, began to work on blessing me while I was at BMW. See, while I was there, I began to build some great relationships. I began to build relationships and make some new friends. I began to work with offline support. I began to have a great relationship with my section leader. And see, I had such a great relationship. And I think I did some good work that God allowed HR to come to me when it was almost the end of my first year there as a temporary employee. God allowed HR to come to me with a blessing. They said, Terrence, we want you to go to Hall 50 on day shift to work there. I thought to myself, who am I that God is mindful of me, that he will allow me, a temporary employee, not even full-time yet, to be able to go to day shift at the other plant location on site. Who was I that God would choose me? Who was I? That had been people there full time working on night shift that hadn't had their number called to go to day shift. But I was a temporary employee and God called my name. He pulled my number. What made me better than any other temporary employee? I'm no better than anybody. I wasn't better than anyone. I had people work just as fast as me, just as good as me. But it was my name that he chose. God chose me. He saw me right where I was. And he allowed me to move and step into another place with the company, a place of favor. And I thank God for it. And that's not it. See, I hit my year with BMW. And right when I hit my year, about a week later, I got a phone call from a company in Lumberton, North Carolina. And they were interested in me. They told me they had found my resume on Monster. I don't even know when the last time I had used Monster. But they found a resume. It didn't have the Burger King assistant manager position. It didn't have the Dollar General assistant manager position. All it had were those 3 internships that I did while I was in college. And see, God took a 3-year-old resume and brought it to the forefront and used that resume as a way of getting the ball going and speaking with this company. See, the ball started rolling. See, the company was even willing to do an interview call with me on my time. They were even willing not to just do a phone call, but to do a Zoom call with me. Something that they had not done with any other candidate. I was the first candidate that they selected to do a Zoom meeting for an interview with. See, God sees you guys. He sees you right where you are. God knows how to bless you. He knows how to set the stage. He knows how to be that reigning champion in your life. God will never leave you. God will never forsake you. God is going to bless you. I need you to have full confidence. I need you to be walking in faith. I need you to let go of that worry, and I need you to stand on God's word. You're his child, and I promise you, God is going to bless you. This company found an outdated resume, something that was insignificant to me, even me at the time. And God brought that thing and made it significant in my life after I worked a year at BMW. Not only I worked a year as a temporary employee, but I was hired on at BMW right after I worked my year. And this company called me within like a week or two of me just being hired on with BMW full time. Full time. I got the job full time. Now God gave me, well, he was working on giving me some options. So this is what happened. I went to BMW. I said, listen, I'd like to apply for a section leader job or an engineering job. And they told me, they said, you will have to work another year in your current role as a full-time employee now in order for you to apply for a new position. I said, that's a little strange to me. I said, because everybody doesn't want to move up in the company. I said, everybody doesn't desire it. I said, but if this is your policy and your standard, then, I don't want to leave, but I got to go where my opportunity is presenting itself. See, so I left BMW, a very reputable company, to go to a place in Lumberton, North Carolina, 3 hours away from my family that came 3 years after I graduated college. God would send me to a desert place, a foreign place. And God would do that with me working at BMW. He would do that. Well, after I had been waiting on him for 3 years, working at Burger King making $24,000, working at Dollar General as a stocker in the back room making less than I was making at Burger King, making minimum wage. See, God saw me right where I was, but God didn't leave me there. God was just stirring it up. He was just setting the stage for himself to come through as my knight in shining armor, to be the God, my champion, who's never lost a battle, who's never let his children fall or, fall by the wayside. He's never let their faith go unnoticed. And see, God saw my faith. He saw what I was believing him for. He saw that I had stopped worrying about it and I had given it to him. So I'm just letting you guys know that God sees you right where you are. He has not left you. He has not forsaken you. God just waiting on the perfect opportunity. God just waiting to set the stage in your life. He is waiting so that he can show you that he's the one. He's your God. Besides him, there is no other. I don't care how many interviews you go on. I don't care how many people tell you you can't get it. I don't care how long it may take. I want to let you know that your God is your God. He is for you. He's not against you. He's not like everybody else. God can use anybody he wishes to bless you. And God used the company in Lumberton, North Carolina to call me up to let me know that I was chosen, that I didn't need the experience that I thought I needed to be selected by them. They said, you are who we want. We don't want a person with a lot of experience. And then the guys, they worked with me. They did a Zoom call with me. I'm the very first person that they did a Zoom call with. I'm the very first one. Who am I that they would change their schedule? That they would introduce a new process in their hiring procedures to make this opportunity possible for me. They even told me that even if it was after hours, they were going to interview me. And then God even gave me more favor, that even while I was at BMW, I was on day shift. I had to go interview at this company during day shift hours. So I spoke to my section leader. And I told him I need to try to swap with somebody. I need to go on night shift for a few days. So I tried it and it didn't work. So the section leader said, eventually, Terrence, you got to go to night shift in a little while. He said, so here's what we'll do. We'll put you on night shift during this time so you can go ahead and go after your opportunity. See, God even gave me favor with my section leader at the different plant location who I had not been working for long. He even gave me favor with him. When God is for you, he is for you. And God will use anybody at any moment to bless you. You will find favor with God and you will find favor with man. I just wanted to stop by and let somebody know today that God sees you right where you are. I'm telling you to trust him. Like Paul Morton said, even when you can't trace him, you need to trust him. I had to trust God. Even when it looked like my opportunity was on hold. It was being held up. But I trusted God. I put the worrying to the side. I said, Lord, I'm okay where I am. Lord God, I'll wait on you. I'm going to work while I wait. I'm going to believe for it, God. I'm not going to lose hope or lose sight of what you've already shown me. And so I was able to walk into that company carrying that briefcase that God gave me the vision for. See, whatever vision God has given you, God is going to honor that. See, because he gave it to you. Every good and perfect thing comes from God. So I want to let you know that God is your way maker. God sees you right where you are. He will open up doors for you. It may not happen for anybody else the same way that it's going to happen for you, but you're special to God. He allows it to happen in such a special way so that you can know that he's your God. He is your God. Besides him, there is no other. He's your God. He sees you. He loves you. You're his child. He's going to take great care of you. I need you to believe him for it. Believe him for it and trust God. Trust God. God sees you right where you are. God bless you, family. Peace.